The Hollow Men is a poem written by T.S. Eliot in the 1920s, which reflects on the disillusionment and spiritual emptiness of modern society. The poem is divided into 5 sections, each of which describes a different aspect of the Hollow Men's state of being. The first section describes the Hollow Men as shape without form, shade without color, suggesting that they lack substance or vitality. The second section describes the Hollow Men as being spread out upon the rocks, which suggests that they are vulnerable and exposed. The third section of the poem is a repetition of the phrase Mr. Kurtz, he dead, which references a character from Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness. This repetition evokes the idea of an impending death and the lack of purpose that comes with the end of a meaningful existence. In the fourth section, the poem shifts to imagery of the empty spaces and Death's dream kingdom, which further reinforces the theme of emptiness and spiritual vacancy. The final section ends with the lines "This is the way the world ends, not with a bang but a whimper," which emphasizes the insignificance and lack of purpose of the Hollow Men's existence. Throughout the poem, Eliot uses imagery and symbolism to create a sense of despair and disillusionment. The imagery of shapes without form and shades without color conveys the idea of emptiness and the lack of meaning in the Hollow Men's lives, while the reference to Mr. Kurtz evokes the idea of a failed quest for meaning. The poem also makes use of repetition, particularly the repetition of Mr. Kurtz, he dead, which emphasizes the finality of the Hollow Men's fate and their spiritual emptiness. In summary, The Hollow Men is a poem that reflects on the disillusionment and spiritual emptiness of modern society. The poem uses imagery, symbolism, and repetition to create a sense of despair and to convey the idea of the futility of existence. The poem also uses the metaphor of the Hollow Men to represent the idea that people are losing touch with their humanity and instead becoming empty, soulless beings. Overall, Eliot's poem reflects the disillusionment of post-war society and the feeling of lost faith. In addition to its themes of disillusionment and spiritual emptiness, The Hollow Men also explores other related themes such as isolation, death, and the human condition. The phrase "shape without form, shade without color" conveys a sense of isolation and detachment from the world, as the Hollow Men lack any sense of definition or individuality. The imagery of the Death's dream kingdom further emphasizes the theme of death and suggests that the Hollow Men are living in a state of suspended animation between life and death. The final lines of the poem, "This is the way the world ends, not with a bang but a whimper," conveys a sense of resignation and the idea that death is not a grand or glorious event, but instead a quiet and uneventful one. Eliot also uses allusions, drawing from various literary sources such as the Bible, Shakespeare, and Conrad's Heart of Darkness to convey his ideas. The allusion to Mr. Kurtz from Heart of Darkness emphasizes the idea of a failed quest for meaning and the futility of human endeavor. Furthermore, The Hollow Men reflects the post-war disillusionment of the 1920s, a time of great social and political upheaval, as well as the feeling of lost faith in the traditional values and institutions. Eliot in his poetry captures the sense of malaise and a sense of lostness that pervaded the era, and how society was losing touch with their humanity, becoming empty, soulless beings. The Hollow Men is a powerful and evocative poem that reflects on the disillusionment, isolation, and spiritual emptiness of modern society. Through its use of imagery, symbolism, repetition, allusions, and metaphor, the poem conveys a sense of despair and futility, while also raising important questions about the human condition and the meaning of existence. Thanks for watching. Comment below what videos you would like us to make to help with your studies. And don't forget to subscribe for more great bite-sized study vids.